Hi guys, welcome back to another Minimum Wager's Kitchen. I'm Gigi, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make those rather spendy specialty deli salads over at the, deli counter at the grocery store. Well, let me show you today 3 different salads to make. These are pretty popular ones, and I've got my own twist on some of them, so let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So today I'm going to go ahead and show you how to make 3 different kind of salads. These are usually in any deli case at any grocery store pretty much all year round. So I just picked the 3 most popular ones for you guys. So today I'm going to be making a very tasty crunchy broccoli bacon salad. That one is going to have cranberries and cherries, and I'm excited to make that for you because it's pretty darn tasty. For the second one, that's a super classic. It's just a basic Caprese salad, so that way you don't have to spend that much and you can actually have way more portions this way. Very budget friendly too. And for the last one, I'm going to go ahead and make you a very tasty, flavorful veggie layered pasta salad. Those usually you can buy by the pound, but this recipe yields quite a bit more. So you'll actually save quite a bit more money. Well, you guys, I'm excited to show you how to make these easy and flavorful salads here in just a moment. And I'll also show you the batch cost and cost per serving at the end of the video as well. Well, let's get started with those salad recipes, shall we? Alright you guys, let's go ahead and get started with this crunchy broccoli bacon salad. This one's super easy. It's got a lot of different flavors and textures, so it's definitely a win. So for the ingredients today for the crunchy broccoli bacon salad, that's going to be 3 cups of just broccoli florets. For the next ingredient, that's going to be a half cup of dried cranberries and a 1/4 cup of dried cherries. Today we're also going to be using a 1/4 cup of chopped red onions, a 1/4 cup of mayo, 1/4 cup of honey, a 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar, some salt and pepper to taste, half cup of chopped walnuts, and for the grand finale for this salad and my favorite part, 3/4 cups of chopped bacon. Alright you guys, let's go ahead and put this crunchy broccoli bacon salad together. So for the first step, we're going to go ahead and add the red wine vinegar here into a large bowl. Go ahead and dump our honey as well. And our mayo as well. And now we're going to go ahead and mix all these 3 together as much as you can. So next I'm going to go ahead and add our salt and pepper. And go ahead and mix that in. So the next step is going to be adding our broccoli florets, and that's the 3 cups right into the mix there. Our chopped onion, and that's red onion, our dried cranberries, and our dried cherries. Next is going to be our walnut pieces, right in there, and my favorite part, the bacon. Alright you guys, so now really it's just mixing this all up, and really just you want to coat everything with that mixture underneath. And by the way, that mayonnaise will mix through. I know it looks kind of lumpy with that vinegar and the honey in there, but once we give it a full mix here, I'll show you. Go ahead and mix it for about a good 30 to 45 seconds and you really should be good to go. See you in just a moment. Alright guys, so I finished mixing that up, and that is what it looks like. Yeah, smells delicious. You know what I like about this is that the one at the grocery stores typically, like at the deli counter, they typically tend to be very, very sweet. I decided to try honey with this smoked bacon that I'm using today with this, and because of the walnuts as well, to see what it does. And so I'm hoping that it tastes pretty good. So we'll find out here in a little bit. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and go to the next recipe, which is the Caprese salad. Yum! Alright, so now to recipe numero due, which would be the Caprese salad. This one is a super classic. And guys, I've seen this one for $11.99 a pound at the specialty store. Granted, a lot of times they'll use like heirloom tomatoes or something fancier than I am using today, but still. Well, you'll be surprised how much this costs at the end of the video, and I will show you the batch cost and also to the serving cost as well, because these recipes are going to yield way more than the recipes you would find at the deli counter. So let's go ahead and get started with this delicious and classic Caprese salad. Alright you guys, so for the ingredients today, there's really not a lot of ingredients for this, and it's just a really tasty one. So for the first ingredient, that's going to be 1.5 cups of sliced cherry tomatoes. Next ingredient is going to be 1 cup of mozzarella pearls. You can also buy like a mozzarella log and then just cut it into cubes. I'll show you the pearls here. They're not really pearls, kind of a little squished, but hey. And for the next ingredient, that's going to be a 1/2 cup of just cut up basil, and I've just gone ahead and cut it up into strips here. Next ingredient is going to be just salt and pepper to taste. And for the last ingredient, that's going to be 4 tablespoons each of olive oil and balsamic vinegar. Well, you guys, this one cannot get any easier, so we'll go ahead and start with the recipe here. So let's go ahead and dump our tomatoes right in, our cup of mozzarella, our delicious fresh basil, just like that, our salt and pepper, and I think I just spilled some on the counter, so just to make sure. And for the last ingredient, that's going to be our olive oil and balsamic, and I just like to go ahead and do one of these real quick. There we go. So everything's in our bowl here. Oh my gosh, let me not spill it all over. And hey, there's more salt. I think we're good now. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and give this a light toss. And guys, just like that, you have a delicious fresh Caprese salad to go any time of year. And you can use any type of tomato pretty much. It just depends on the season. But absolutely, this one is a classic, super easy to make, and really takes no time at all. I do suggest though, if you are going to make this, make sure you eat it the day of, just because that basil and the tomatoes with the balsamic and the cheese, that will start kind of breaking down a little bit overnight. So, but yeah, Caprese salad. Ta-da! Just like that. Alright you guys, so let's go ahead and move on to the third and last recipe, the layered and very tasty veggie pasta salad. Alright, let me go ahead and get all these ingredients together and I will be right back. Alright you guys, so let's go through the ingredients for the pasta salad. And this one also is one of my favorites just because there's a lot of different layers of flavors incorporated into this, but also too, it's very colorful. And I'll actually show you here in just a moment once we put everything together. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with the ingredients. For this pasta salad today, I'm going to be using gemelli pasta. And that, if you did not know, is twins. And did you know why? Because they match. I know, that was really cheesy. No cheese involved in this recipe today though. Alright, so for the next ingredient, for the artichoke hearts, that's going to be a 1/4 cup. And I've gone ahead and just kind of broken the pieces here so that way it'll disperse through the pasta salad. Next, I've gone ahead and chopped up about 3 sweet peppers, and that makes about 1/2 cup, and I'll show you here what they should look like piece-wise. If you don't have sweet peppers nearby, you can also substitute that with just a red bell pepper. And for the next ingredient, red bell pepper. Who knew? And for the red bell pepper, that's going to be a half cup, and I've gone ahead and chopped it up as well into little cubes. Next ingredient is going to be a quarter cup of chopped parsley, and that's just a rough chop. Next ingredient is just going to be some salt and pepper to taste. We'll also be adding to a quarter cup of roughly chopped red onion. And for the herbs today for this pasta salad, that's going to be 4 sage leaves, and just rough chop those, and 1 teaspoon of chopped rosemary leaves. And oh my goodness, I almost forgot. So for the last ingredient for our pasta salad today, that's going to be a quarter cup each of red wine vinegar and olive oil. All right, let's go ahead and put this very delicious and tasty veggie pasta salad together. All right, so what I like to start with our pasta salad, I'm going to go ahead and dump the olive oil and the red wine vinegar right into the pasta. And with a spoon here next, I'm going to go ahead and toss this real quick just to get everything coated. All right, so the next ingredient, just toss those onions right in. And why not toss the sweet red peppers? Boom. And the bell pepper. Done. All right, so next is going to be our artichoke hearts, right in there. Our chopped parsley, the salt and the pepper to taste. And last but not least, that's going to be our chopped rosemary and our chopped sage. And now we mix. Alright guys, I'm going to finish mixing this. This won't take long. Mix it for a good 20-30 seconds. You're good to go. And make sure you refrigerate this one for a good half hour, so that way that oil and vinegar as well gets all immersed into the pasta and your flavors start getting all delicious in here. So I will see you in just a few moments. Well, you guys, I'm ready to taste these, but before that, don't forget to click like and don't forget to hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when the next video is up and to find more recipes. Also too, don't forget you can find me on Instagram and Facebook on Minimum Wager's Kitchen. So before we taste everything, let's go ahead and review how much these cost at the deli counter at the specialty grocery store. So for this broccoli salad here, and granted we did switch out the pecans for walnuts, and also too, I didn't use sugar for this. I ended up using honey instead because I figured it would really taste better with those cherries added in there. So for that broccoli salad, that's $6.99 a pound, and mind you, this is way more than a pound. Also too, that one serves 3, so keep the servings in mind here too for the next 2 here as well. So for that broccoli salad per serving, they came out to $2.33. Whoa, that's quite a bit. Moving on to the Caprese salad. So for the Caprese salad, that came out to $8.99 a pound. Whoa. Oh my gosh, and for that one, that came out to $2.99 a serving. A serving. That's a lot. I'm pretty sure I can cut that down quite a bit for you guys. So hold on tight because the cost that I'm going to give you per recipe is going to blow you away. Alright you guys, and then for that really tasty layered veggie pasta salad, this one also at the deli counter came out to $8.99, which is $2.99 per serving, and it's supposed to be 3 servings in a pound. We have way more in here than 3 servings for a pound at this point, and I gotta say that I think I can cut this down way cheaper and make it way less expensive, also tastier, and well, a little bit healthier. So, well, that deli counter got really expensive real fast. So let's go ahead and break down the cost today of how much I went ahead and spent and what the budget is for these. Well, you guys, so how much did these actually cost to make? Well, let's go ahead and find out. So for that crunchy broccoli bacon salad, that one came out to $6.93 a batch, but you're getting 6 servings out of this, and really, to me, this is more like 7 or 8 servings. It's quite a bit. And per serving, that came out to $1.15, so you really can't beat that. That's pretty good. And, oh my gosh, it looks so good. And I definitely smell that bacon. Alright, you guys, and for that really spendy Caprese salad at the deli counter, this one is definitely a win. For the Caprese salad, that came out to $6.17 per batch, but you do get 4 servings out of this as opposed to the 3 servings. So this one came out to $1.54 per serving, which is a pretty darn good deal considering you're getting fresh mozzarella, fresh basil, fresh tomatoes, pretty much fresh everything. Alright, guys, and for the last one and the grand finale, the layered veggie pasta salad right here. That one, for the batch, it came out to $6.38, and that's going to actually make 8 servings as opposed to 3. So that one per serving came out to 79 cents. I mean, come on. Plus all the fresh veggies and everything in there. Yum. Super tasty. Now you can add cheese if you want to this, but personally, I think this is great this way. Also too, these can all be vegetarian. You can omit the bacon, and you can also use like tempeh or something different, or a bacon substitute as well. Alright, you guys, I have everything plated here. I've got that crunchy broccoli bacon salad right here. Oh, I can't wait to try that one, especially too with that honey. And of course, the delicious, classic, and very tasty Caprese salad. And for our last salad, that's going to be our layered veggie pasta salad. Well, you guys, I'm super excited about trying this really yummy crunchy broccoli bacon salad. So let's go ahead and give this a taste, shall we? All right, let me make sure I get a little bit of everything here. That's really good. It's not super sweet. A lot of times when you order this at the deli case, it's really sweet, like lots and lots of sugar. But using that honey actually really tied in with the walnuts and the cherries too, and the cranberries and the bacon. Well, pretty much everything. Let's give this another taste, shall we? That is tasty. Oh my goodness. So many different textures in here. Oh my gosh. I mean, when you think about it, you've got the bacon, walnut, you've got the cherry pieces. Those have been sitting in the fridge for like 20 minutes. So a lot of that like mayo and vinegar, and then a little bit of like that honey too, that's absorbed into those now. And I'll show you real quick too. As you can see. Well, this came out absolutely delicious. Wow, that broccoli salad, super good. Definitely try out the recipe. That honey really ties in everything. I mean, just everything. It doesn't make it super, super sweet. So definitely try it out and let me know in the comments. Alright, you guys, so let's go ahead and try out this classic Caprese salad. There you go. This one is fresh, tasty, and again, I definitely recommend if you're going to make this, make it the day of and make sure you eat it the day of, because those tomatoes and the mozzarella and the basil start breaking down overnight. It won't be as tasty the next morning, so. Alright, you guys, let's go ahead and give the Caprese salad a taste. Get a couple pieces of everything. All right, here we go. So fresh. That definitely is refreshing. Wow. Gotta love a nice caprese salad. I mean, literally any time of year, this is so good. Well, this is definitely refreshing, and I can't stop eating it. Mmm, so yummy. Mmm, that basil, the balsamic, a little bit of olive oil. Also, too, guys, don't forget to salt and pepper your veggies, but mostly salt your veggies so you can get that flavor out of those. But yeah, very refreshing, very tasty, and honestly, this is pretty good for considering all the freshness out of it, considering the fresh basil, the fresh tomato, and the mozzarella as well. This one is definitely a budget-friendly one for today. All right, you guys, and for the last one, that's going to be the layered veggie pasta salad, and I'll go ahead and show you here real quick what that looks like. Super simple, and lots of fresh vegetables too. And by the way, you can mix up the vegetables. It doesn't have to be the specific recipe. If you need to use up some veggies, go ahead and toss them into some pasta. Add a little bit of salt and pepper. I definitely recommend red wine vinegar as opposed to balsamic for the pasta salad. It does stain the pasta and it can be a little overwhelming as well. Well, you guys, I'm excited about trying this pasta salad out, so let's go ahead and give this a taste. You know, this fork, not doing any justice. I'll be right back. All right, I wanted to make sure I had every single piece of vegetable in here that I could. That way, we can give this a proper taste. So now that I'm all equipped, let's go ahead and try this out. Mmm. Mmm. That is so tasty. This does not really need any cheese or anything else. Also, too, that little bit of hint of like sage and rosemary in there with that parsley mixed in, and the red onion, and the sweet and bell pepper, and that tiny bit of artichoke hearts. Gives it a nice texture, in-depth flavor, and a lot of different layers too. Also, too, you're getting a little bit of that sweetness from the red wine vinegar, and also too from the bell peppers and the sweet peppers. This one's an easy one. Really can't beat it. Plus, that batch made 8 servings. Whoa. And it's 79 cents. You really can't beat that. Well, you guys, I had so much fun making these tasty, fresh, and budget-friendly salads for you today, and I hope that you get to make them too, and if you do, definitely leave me a comment. And in the meantime, I will see you on the next Minimum Wager's Kitchen. See you next Saturday. Bye! See you next Saturday!